What's up, LP family? Coach Adam here. Excited to talk today about athlete conditioning, our third phase of the year coming up. We started the year with our huge strength and power training block, Jan, Feb, March. Then we jumped into summer shred, which we're just finishing up as we speak. And I'm excited to chat with you about athlete conditioning, our training focus for the next phase, our challenges in the phase, our events and workshops all coming up in July, August, and September. So let's dig into it. First and foremost, let's talk about Summer Shred. What an amazing phase. It's a fan fave, lightweights, high reps, muscle burning, shredding fun. We had an amazing challenge in this phase, our body comp challenge, which is our nutrition and body composition focus for this phase. It's not, let's say, a primary focus of most LP members long term. Most of us focus on all around fitness, strength, conditioning, competing, and longevity. But body composition is a huge part of that. And we know that for our long-term health, we need to stay lean and healthy and strong. So huge shout out to those of you who dialed in your nutrition and shredded off some lbs of fat over this phase. The main focus is improving body fat percentage by decreasing body fat, increasing muscle mass, and losing that unhealthy weight that we don't want to carry around. So congrats to our top ladies and our top guys. All your hard work paid off. Be sure to check out their why behind crushing their goals and some of their secrets to success. I think it's cool to see some of our long-term members, some of our newer members crushing their body comp goals and seeing kind of how they did it and how everyone was a little bit different and how everyone got to that success. Another huge event during this last phase was our Shannon Block fundraiser. So thank you to all of our amazing sponsors. Thank you to everyone who donated. We raised over $15,000, and it's going to help Shannon's family build and develop a new spine care clinic in Botswana. So really excited for that. So thank you. There was tons of other amazing stuff happening in this last phase, including High Rocks Ottawa and other races and competitions that our members crushed. So shout out to everyone who was crushing their goals, crushing their workouts. Let's keep up the hard work during the next phase. We'll start by talking about the big challenge coming up in this phase. It's called the Thrive to Drive Challenge. 3 years ago now, we partnered with Porsche KW when they were just new to town to come up with a fun challenge that would motivate our members to stay active, healthy, fit throughout the summer, which can be a tough time of year with vacations, barbecues, lots of family stuff, lots of socials. So we came up with the Thrive to Drive Challenge, which all members are free to join. And you have a chance of winning a Porsche for the weekend. You get to take that Porsche wherever you want. I'm sure there's some fine print there from the Porsche dealership, but you can have some fun with it. Our first winners were Mike and Sarah Critelli. They took the Porsche for a little couples weekend. Last year, Anna won it, and she also enjoyed an awesome weekend with her Porsche. So a super fun way to stay motivated and accountable all summer long, and a little grand prize at the end. So stay tuned for more details. That's going to start July 20th, right in the middle of the summer, that toughest time to stay motivated. So looking forward to pushing it with all of you and for a chance to win that Porsche. So excited. Other challenges and events coming up. The new phase is going to start July 6th. We'll talk about Technique Week, which is actually this coming week, over the Canada Day week. And then July 9th, we have a rowing workshop. There is technically already 12 of 12 signed up for this with Coach Danny. But if you're looking to get in, we do have the opportunity to open up a second workshop for that. So just let us know. July 20th, the Thrive to Drive Challenge will start. July 18th, is Half Rocks KW. We have 500 athletes signed up to race that day. We need so many awesome volunteers to help us support that event. Volunteers will be responsible for running 4 hours of volunteering during that race day. You might be helping with wall balls. You might be helping with sledge. You might be helping with athlete check-in. Let us know if you're available, if you're interested. You get a free race pass as a thank you for volunteering. You get an awesome t-shirt, always branded in the best way. And then you get food and drinks while you're volunteering. So excited for that. If you can volunteer, let us know and we'll get you a volunteer form over. And then later on in the summer, entering into the fall, we'll be celebrating our 14th anniversary at LP. And we celebrate it by doing an anniversary week with throwback workouts. And we celebrate our members during that week, 3-year members, 5-year members, 10-year members all get celebrated during that week. So excited for that. We'll have a member appreciation event also that week. So looking forward to it. Oh, baby, the High Rocks crew is enjoying a little bit of an off season right now as they recover from High Rocks Ottawa and starting to think about High Rocks Toronto. We're enjoying some speed work and power development in our base season, which is kind of like our off season. We're trying to get faster, sharper, stronger. And that's going to continue for another few weeks until we crush our Half Rocks on July 18th. Then we'll start to really dial in that threshold, which is also known as race pace endurance. That will be a 4-week phase where we build up our volume and intensity for those 4 weeks from July 20th to August 16th. And then the final 6 weeks leading up to High Rocks Toronto, we will be focusing on that more race-specific prep with lots of compromise running, simulation-style workouts, and then we will get a full sim in there about 2 to 3 weeks out from High Rocks Toronto. So super excited for a big summer of High Rocks training. We will have over 70 athletes at High Rocks Toronto. So can't wait for that. If you are hoping to get in, wanting to get in, get your name on the wait list for High Rocks Toronto. Keep training hard, and we'll do our best to help you get into that race. It's 4 days long, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So can't wait to party with you guys all weekend long. Workshops and our health team. We started running some workshops earlier this year, and we've had some awesome success with our back squat workshop, our shoulder mobility and health workshop, our running workshop, our GLP-1 workshop with our naturopath, Dr. Jen. And in the next 6 months, we will be running some more awesome workshops. Coach Danny's going to kick it off with a rowing workshop to help you improve your form and technique on the rower and become a more efficient and proficient rower. Then we're going to get into a deadlift workshop, balance for life, which is great for everyone, but especially for our older members. We have an awesome ageless athlete, older adults program, and we're going to be supporting them with a great workshop. We'll also have a pelvic health workshop with Kathleen, our physiotherapist at LP, and then we'll be either at the end of the year or early into next year have a healthy hips workshop. So excited for all those. If you do want to get signed up for those, you can sign up for them right on the LP app. Now let's dig into the fun stuff. Athlete conditioning. This is a fun phase. It's a very unique phase and different phase. We're training like athletes. And I think the coolest thing I've seen over the past couple months, I just mentioned it, but our ageless athletes, which is our older adults program, Coach Ree runs that program, and she's got 3 different groups who are in there 2 times a week. And I see her doing all of this amazing athlete style of training. So some of us think, oh, as we get older, this training isn't for me. It's not for me, but balance, agility, plyometrics, whether you're 25 years old, 55 years old, 65 years old, it's all super important for you to keep your body healthy and strong, to prevent you from slipping and falling, to keep your bones healthy, to keep your tendons, connective tissues, calves, hamstrings, lower back, all of that strong. And you know what? We're all training for our crazy challenges and races and events. And in the gym is a very safe environment to practice this stuff so that when we do put it to the test, our bodies are resilient and ready. So excited for this phase. That's kind of the overall focus of why we do this, and excited to throw some athlete training at you. Let's dig into it. So training block breakdown. Let's start on the left-hand side here. Technique week is next week, June 29th. Over the Canada Day week, we'll be going back to the basics on our squats, our presses, our deadlifts. We'll be introducing the cleans, which is a fun one that we kind of sprinkle in on Thursdays here and there, but a very important power development piece in our athlete training block. So we'll be going over form and technique on that. Like I mentioned, we have our Half Rocks on July 18th, Drive to Drive Challenge July 20th, anniversary week in September, full simulation September 12th-ish, High Rocks Toronto, October 1st to 4th. Let's dig in on the right-hand side to how the training block will be broken down. The first 4 weeks will be our first mini cycle within the phase. So we'll progressively overload our bodies throughout that 4-week block. That'll be our intro block. Then we will take a little breather during the August long weekend. And throughout that week, a little reload week. And then mini cycle 2 will be August 10th to September 6th, another 4-week progressive block. And then we'll take a reload, which will be our anniversary week, and we'll do some throwback workouts during that week. And then mini cycle 3 would be a 2-week kind of finisher to the phase with some really fun training sessions in there. So excited, July 6th to September 27th, 12 weeks of fitness and fun. Let's dig into it a little more. So training focus here, kind of the key components of athlete training are strength and power, agility and balance, rotational and unilateral training. So that's opposite arm, opposite leg, tying it all together, making our bodies healthy and resilient and strong. Plyometrics, this is a big one. Jumping, landing, absorbing load, making sure our Achilles, our calves, all parts of our body are super resilient and strong. Tendon health, connective tissue health, muscle health. And then our mobility work, of course, mobility is a super important part of all phases. And then we will continue to build our endurance throughout this phase as well. So excited to shift things up, shake things up, and give you an athlete resilient body. Here's a little sneak peek into our strength work on the left, our sweat warrior focus up the middle, and then our fortitude focus on the right. So strength days, here's how they're going to look. Mobility and activation to get our bodies tuned up and ready to go. Then, like all good athlete training programs, when our bodies are the most energized and ready, we'll hit our plyometrics and agility. This will be relatively low volume, but it'll be a high intensity portion of the workout. We'll start with some very basic work at the beginning of the phase, and then we'll progressively advance it as the phase goes on. You might be doing this at a very basic level. You might be doing this at a very advanced level. No matter what, it is super beneficial for you. Plyometrics and agility, that'll be a super fun new style. And then we'll get into our power development. So this is where we're going to superset a back squat with a box jump. We're going to superset a bench press with some renegade rows. We're going to superset some deadlifts with broad jumps. Okay, we're going to add in our cleans in here, our DB snatches, our landmine presses. All of our explosive power development work is going to go into there. And then as we get progressively more fatigued throughout the workout, we're going to challenge our body with some really good accessory strength work. You're going to see accessory work in this phase that you don't see in any other phases. Lots of single arm, single leg balance work that's forcing you to use your core. You're going to tie in a little bit of isometric work, doing holds, then right into some lunges and step ups. Okay, lots of really good exercises that are going to challenge you in different ways. And then we'll go into our athlete core, which is our banded twists, our Palloff presses, our med ball throws, our Copenhagen planks, our glutes, hammies, core, everything will be firing in this portion of the workout. So strength days are going to look a little different in this phase. So really excited to dig into those and have fun with them. Public service announcement, a little bit different than summer shred. You are going to come in and feel like you got a full conditioning and strength workout on these strength days. So be ready to sweat a little, be ready to work, because it's going to be fun, but it's going to be challenging. Sweat Warrior, we're going to start the phase with some shorter VO2 max intervals. Then as we go throughout the phase, we're going to build into some longer, more threshold and aerobic intervals. You can expect ski, row, bike, run. We'll be outside lots enjoying the weather. You can expect sleds, lunges, burpees, wall balls, farmer's carries, kettlebells, all that basic grinding work. And we're going to build some serious fitness on these days, pushing your body, training smart, recovering, pushing hard, recovering, all the way throughout the phase. Fortitude Thursdays. This is a super fun day. Our members love it. Partner work, teams of 3, chippers, leapfrog, metcons. We're going to be doing some more skilled base movements in these workouts: pull-ups, toes to bar, box jumps, step-ups, TV snatches, cleans, thrusters, barbell cleans, thrusters, D-ball cleans and carries, running, skipping, rowing, biking, skiing, anything and everything you can imagine in super fun partner and team of 3 style workouts. So excited for all that. That's going to look like our week of training. We talked about the high rocks training already and the focus there. Excuse me. So that's it for our athlete phase. Very excited to build in those 4-week blocks, 4 weeks on, 1 week reload, 4 weeks on, 1 week reload, and then that final 2-week push to really up our game. This will be our 3rd phase of the year. And then after this phase, we'll head into our foundation season, which will be back to building the basics and the foundation and a little bit of an intro into our strength work and our foundation work there. So excited for that. Excited for a big summer ahead. We got lots of fun stuff coming up. If you have any questions, comments, account changes, anything like that, members@lpfit.ca is the email that you should use to get in touch with us so we can help you out with anything related to your fitness, health, goals. We're here to help. So congratulations, crew, on crushing summer shred, and let's get ready to attack our athlete conditioning phase. Thank you, my friends. Cheers, and keep up the hard work.